Hey y'all, this is Carla Renato of Carla Renato's Corner. It's so good to see you. And you know what? I decided to put this one on video because I got some shit to say. So the first thing I have to say is a lot of you may not, or you may know this, back in the day, specifically in the 90s, I was a publicist. Yes, I was a publicist. And I did publicity for corporate PR and I did publicity for some recording artists. And one of the recording artists that my firm represented was Ice-T. And I was in charge of his account, securing press for him. And I remember we had a press junket that we had to do, and I was so not having it because I didn't want anything to do with rap music. I was so over it. I was like, ugh. I was like everybody else, typecasting and stereotyping, which is really wrong, but I did it. Yes, I admit it. And I went to the press junket, and when Ice-T spoke to the reporters and said what he had to say, he changed my mind about what I thought rappers were like and what I thought they spoke like and what I thought their music was about. He changed my mind and made me respect him and the movement in general. And the same thing happened to me the other night when I saw Straight Outta Compton, which is the true life story of the gangster rap NWA, which stands for Niggas with Attitude. Yeah, I said it, Niggas with Attitude. But anyway, the film was really, really good, y'all. I really enjoyed it. It was prolific. It was heart-wrenching. It was funny, and it was an education about young black youth in this country, what they have to endure, how frightened they must be when they walk out of the door, not knowing whether or not they're going to get harassed by a police officer for basically doing nothing. It's really heart-wrenching. And I just have to say, I'm really proud of Ice Cube and Dr. Dre and Eazy-E's widow, Tamika Wright, for bringing this story to the silver screen. It needed to be told, and I think now was the perfect time, especially with the Black Lives Matter movement and the thing with Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown and the other young man who recently got snuffed out and what's happening in Ferguson. And I especially have heart and empathy for the people in Ferguson because I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and I've been one of those people that was stopped by the police for no reason. And I'm not a black man, I'm a black woman, and it used to happen to me all the time. It happened to my brother a lot. My brother was stopped like 25 times for nothing. Just saying. I digressed. But anyway, O'Shea Jackson plays Ice Cube in the movie, and he's Ice Cube's son. He's such a cutie patootie. He's very yummy, and acting is very natural to him. So I expect we'll see a lot more of him on the silver screen. We did an interview at UBN Radio with On Air on Tony Sweet, where I co-host www.ubnradio.com. And we had Marlon Yates Jr. onto the show. So big ups and hey to you, Marlon. You did a great job as the DLC. I want to give a big ups to my girls, Lisa Renee Pitts, who played Dr. Dre's mom, Deborah Lacey, who played a reporter. My girls are bringing it. I'm so happy for them. I hope they get more and more work from it. I want to give a props to Paul Giamatti. I mean, he's one of those actors that he's like the male Meryl Streep. He could just do no wrong. He makes acting look so easy. And playing a very despicable character like NWA's manager, Jerry Heller, it could easily have been very one note, but he really brought it home and made it really wonderful and exciting and interesting to watch. The guy who played Suge Knight, his name was R. Marcus Taylor. And when I tell you, you thought you were watching Suge Knight on film, it was a little scary because, Suge Knight's a big dude and he's very intimidating. But baby Marcus brought it home. I was like, you go, boy. And Corey Hawkins was really, really spectacular as Dr. Dre. But the one I think, if they do an Oscar campaign for this film, the one I think is going to get a lot of attention is Jason Mitchell as Eazy-E. He was absolutely astounding as Eazy-E. And I say that because his acting skills were just really on point. It must be really difficult to portray somebody that's no longer living, so you don't have a point of reference, where the other guys, they had a point of reference for DJ Yella and Ice Cube and Dr. Dre and MC Ren. But Eazy-E is no longer with us. And for those of you who don't know what happened with Eazy-E, Eazy-E contracted and died from HIV/AIDS back in a time where, people were dropping from that disease like flies, and he wasn't gay, he was a straight man. So rest in peace, my brother. Anyway, Straight Outta Compton opened this weekend. It's made almost $56 million. I think I may have said that, and if I didn't, I'm saying it. And if I did, I'm saying it again. Dr. Dre has dropped a CD, MP3, record, whatever you want to call it, in conjunction with the film, and all of the proceeds will go to support a performing arts center in Compton. So, and Ice Cube pretty much has written most of the scripts for most of the films that he's done, so they're giving back to their community. So the next time we go Black Lives Matter, or the next time we want to condemn a young black brother with his pants down around his ankles or hanging off his butt, don't stereotype and typecast him because of how he's dressed or how he looks. You don't know where he comes from. You don't know what his background is. And he might need some support. Having said that, Straight Outta Compton needs your support. They got $59 million and they're trying to hit the $1 billion mark. However, they have already made $2 billion for Universal Pictures, so Universal ain't doing too shabby and they ain't hurting. I did read an article about Jerry Heller, the NWA's old manager, and of course he don't have nothing positive to say. He never liked Ice Cube. He thought Eazy-E was a musical genius. He said he ain't got no beef with Dr. Dre, and he feels like, you know, all of the beef about him stealing money, he said he didn't do it. But when does anybody that steal your money, you know, fess up to them being wrong? Never. Anyway, this is Carla Renata for CarlaRenata'sCorner.com. Please go to On Air with Tony Sweet and click on, go to ubmradio.com, click on the CarlaRenata'sCorner.com page where you can find this video and the trailer for Straight Outta Compton. If you go to CarlaRenata'sCorner.com, you can find this video along with my written version of the review. I thank y'all so much for, checking me out and seeing what I had to say, and I think I've talked long enough. Love, peace, and hair grease.